Baruch Fleischman here, early morning. It is the 19th day of the Mar Cheshvon. This is a time in astrology, it's a time when the sun is in Scorpio. So it's Halloween and all the dark things that are looming. That's our situation. It's an emotional time. We're going to learn the Kriat Shemah. Kriat Shemah, Kabbalahs of Kriat Shemah. Hoping to find a real way to understand what we say the Kriat Shema and what the Kriat Shema has to offer for us. So we got over here and we're reading along in regards to Marav, Kriat Shema that we say Arabit. It says Va'achar kach b'midas echad. So you said the previous paragraph they talked about what happened when you said the word Yisrael, because in all the mochim, there's some of the mochim, all of the mochim that you are missing at that stage of the night, the mochim ukatnas come in. Niknasim bo mochim mekifim dekatnas the abba. Then that comes in. This is what you get. The shlosha kitzvos benimios the gabos the iman. Along with that is going to be the buck of the penimium of the gabos of iman. We really don't have a great idea that Rob is not telling us what godless means, what godless means. I put my own meaning. Godless means all of your worries, all of the things that you need in order to be aware of what your situation is. It's like his bite is being able to understand what your situation is in the place where you find yourself. Godless is really the answers. It's really the relationship of realizing that God's hands are in everything that's going on with you and where the root of your problems may be. Bring you solutions because it's only He that can do that. Let's look at number mem tests and try to understand this. He says, "B'tevis echad." So now you said Shema Yisrael. And Yisrael, you said that word, and all of these mochim dekatas came in. Niknas kodem b'mashachas elokabadayim b'chakatas. So what he was still missing at the time of Aravis, of katnas, that comes in when you say this word. Who halamed mem dekatnas the abba. Remember, lamed mem means the makifim. Shisha kitzvos the tzadi the godless the ima with the tzadi which goes into Zer Anpin, not shines from the outside, but the shine that goes into Zer Anpin of ima. Nimsa shabbatevus echad. So when you say the word echad, niknasim bo shnei mitrigas b'yachad, two different elements come in at the same time. Shehem the lamed mem the katnas the abba, which the part that you are still missing from abba. If shisha kitzvos the godless the ima. That's what he says. Now, number 9 up at the top. That's all he's able to receive at this time. Now, I'm not sure what he meant by this. He also gets the 6 kitzvos penimium of the godless of Abba. Kamoshi is barba bakoma. This will be explained. Be'ezus Hashem. V'chein gam hazivog hu Yaakov v'leah b'hiyoso l'mala min ha'chaza. But this is also Yaakov and Leah up above the chaza. Number nun aleph. That was number nun aleph. Let's look at number nun. Number nun says, Kevish b'tevis echad. Now you said the word echad, which is the time of the yichud. Lo nikdas b'zechad rak shnei medregos. All that comes into Zer Anpin at this time are 2 levels. Below Shlosha Madrega, but not 3. Like, say, for example, Kamok B'Kriya Shema Sha'alamita, that Kriya Shema Elam Alamita. L'chein Yesh L'Kabel Achar Kach B'Tefilas Arvis. So therefore, you still could be missing when you come to the Tefillah of Arvis, Od Madrega, another Madrega. Shisha kitzvos the tzadi the godless the abba. You get this as well. So this is during Arvis. Nimsa shabbatefilah's Arvis. Yesh nezerim mechamochen the godless. And now we see that in the tefillah itself, we're talking. I guess he's talking about he's talking about the Amida. the godless Shnei of Shnei Vonkim, that is the Vonk, the lower six spheros, the Tzadi, the godless, the Hein, the Abba, the Hein, the Ima, both of Abba, the Ima. That particular thing I haven't heard before, that the Mocha, the Abba come in as well. Masha Ein came by Kriya Shema Shalamita, which I guess is not the case by Kriya Shema Shalamita. There's no Mida the following up. Sheyesh Lo Rak Shisha Kitzvah, the Tzadi, the godless, the Echad, that is from Ima. Shisha Kitzvah decided the godless the Ima Bavad. I'm not sure what he's telling me here. So let's go on some more and try to read it. So now he has the Vak of the goddess of Abba and the Vak of goddess of Ima. So therefore the Yichud that takes place that for them, and the Asa B'Tefilas Arvis, which actually takes place at Arvis. Who Yaakov Volea Behiyosam Lamola Medechaza, the Zer Anpin. It's a higher level of Yichud. It's a Yichud that takes place above the Chaza. That's all I understand about it right now as we're reading what the Rav says. Masha Ein came Bezivuk the Chatzos, which is not the case by the Chatzivuk Chatzos, because there's no Amida afterwards. Yesh the Zachabaraka Shisha Kitzvahs, the Ima that the Abadika Mochin of godless do not come in. So all of those facts are important to understand, but I still, as I said many times before, what it means to have a yichud between between Zer Anpin and Leah, or here he says Yaakov and Leah. So now we're at Kasha'imrim, we're over here number Nun base. There's a Vihine Bekriya Shemala Lakasha Lakarbanos. Now here we're talking about the very first time we say Kriya Shema. Midas of Chesed, now is the time when Midas of Chesed had been aroused. So therefore it's a much higher level. Yoser Ma'ula. So let's see what he says on number Nun-Bet. Nun-Bet, the typical Gavana says, Kasha'imim Kriya Shema Shal Kabanos, Hu Zaman Shal Yom. It's still daytime. Yom, Midas of Racham is going to do the daytime. The Mida called Rachamim is really aroused. The thing Kriya Shema Shal Karbanos, so now that's daytime, and you're saying this first Kriya Shema, Hu Yoser Ma'ula B'Bedrega, it's a higher level up. Kriya Shema Sha'amrim Alameta, from the one that you said previously before you went to sleep. So therefore, when we're saying Kriya Shema Alameta, Huzaman Shalayla, that's nighttime. Huzaman Huzaman Shal Din, it's the time of punishment, of Din. Din has it that the forces of Din are powerful. Zman Shal Shlitas Akitzanyim. So the time of the in control of the Kitzonim, the Moshe Amach of the Ale, like the Rebbe says up above. Masha Ein came beyond, not the case during the daytime. Shul Zman Shal Rachamim. That's the time of Rachamim. Let's go on. Amnam, who Shava El Erech Kriya Shema the Arvis Bebechina Achas. So now we're at Kriya Shema the Garbanos. And he says, well, it turns out that they're equal to the Kriya Shema the Arvis in one way. What is that? And he says, that they actually have what? A split. What does that mean? Who keep it defeatus Arvis? So when you come to the nighttime davening, and as you know that when you're in shul and then you go for mincha and then you go to Marav, it's still a little bit. He says, what's his word? He said, but the fetus ardit nisha, the remains bo ha'aras ha'mochim. There's some shining still from the mochim that used to be inside minayam. El shazman of also hulaylu. But what we're talking about now is that the day has switched, or the sun, the position of the sun in relationship to us has switched, and now you're looking at it at nighttime. But the Kriya Shema of the Karbanos, That's the difference. He nehu nemshechas min alayla. It comes out of the night. In other words, maybe there's a shtickle nighttime still with it. Shalom nisha lo ha'ara, where there is never any light over there. Of a yesh lo yisron acher, but it has so it has no light to start with. Doesn't have any leftover light. Of a yesh lo yisron yoser acher v'hu ki zemanu v'onazu hu yom, because the time for it, its moment in the cycles of life, is daytime. Now let's see what we have here on number Nun Gimel. Number Nun Gimel, down here at the bottom. So we got it over here. It starts in this word, a Kriat Shemah, the Karbanos. He Yoser Choshuva U'Ma'ula the Kriat Shemah Shalamita. It has higher qualities than Kriat Shema Shalamita, but who is Shora Katzas El Kriat Shema Shal Tefilas Arabis. So I read that wrong. But he Shavo Katzas. It's a little bit like equal to that, or someone similar. He says why? But hey, Kriat Shema the Karbanos. That's just in the Nun Daled. Okay, he's a hey Kriat Shema the Karbanos, hey Kriat Shema the Arabis. Both of them. Yesh Ma'ala v'Chisarim. Each one of them has a quality the other one does not have, and also a limitation the other one doesn't have. So that in that sense they're balanced. So this is very interesting. He says, just like he says, all the mitzvahim that we might find ourselves are really related to what the level was before that. In other words, the day is constantly changing, constantly moving until it gets to a point where day switches into night and night switches into day. So whichever was first, either the daytime before the night or the nighttime before the day, it's going to have an influence. Then the Kriat Shema Shal Tefilas Arvis, so it comes out like this, that the Kriat Shema of the Tefilas of Arvis, Yesh lo malo shenishar lo ha'ara mahamochim shenimshku b'tefilas Shachris. So all of those mochim that were standing out from the Tefilas of Shachris, they're still around. But mochim haim koyim bizman hamrachmim v'chachesed. So these mochim at the time of rachamim v'chesed, when there was light. V'chein mochim ma'ulim ma'oid. But it has something, it's lacking something. And what's that? Kemish is a man shekorin Kriat Shema, ala tefilas arvis. Who's the man shall lila? It's nighttime. Who's the man shall den? It's a time of hidden dangers. So then you can't bring down a really big time mochim. That it has also some of the daytime left over too. But there is going to be a lack in terms of what the mochin that ultimately comes down to him at the Kriat Shema of Shal Arvis. Now, the Kriat Shema Shal Karbanos, Yesh l'kisorin mitzad zman hakodim l'lov shuhu laila, because it has a problem that it's attached to the nighttime. The b'laila mistalku kol ha'mochin, because at nighttime all the mochin leave. Nimsi sheleim she'ein lo hakodim elov shum davar. So there's nothing there, no light to help him at all. So this is minimum. You're the startup. The startup Kriat Shema. But in another way, Yesh lo ma'ala gadola ma'od, it has a very high level. Kevin shebizman shekorin Kriat Shema shal karbanos hu yom. So but it is day. Hu bizman rachamim, and it's a time of rachamim, v'chesed. V'chein yekol nahamshek oz mochin chashuvim ma'od. So therefore we see this could bring down some big time mochin. So therefore, Shehain Kriat Shema the Arvis, so it comes out like this. Whether you're talking about the Kriat Shema of Arvis, Vein Kriat Shema the Karbanos, Yesh the Kol Echad Mala, each one of them has a high quality. but they also have a chisaron, but also they're lacking. And so they're equal in the fact that they're 50-50, like there's something good, something bad. Yesh call echad ma'ala v'chisaron masha ein came b'kriya shema shalamita. So which one? So at nighttime, I guess what he's done sheyesh though, they'll call echad ma'ala chisaron. Masha ein came b'kriya shema shalamita, which is not the case of the kriya shema shalamita. It's not. It's completely, totally not. No light there at all. The Kishakarim Basacha Bakusa Mamshal dead. It's a time of danger. Ugan the Mochin, the Kodman, the law of Bahim Din. So therefore all the Mochin that came before, which were the tefillas of Arvis, they're also in darkness. David Shehem Kriya Shema Shal Tefillas Arvis, Bahim Kriya Shema Shal Lamita, the both of them, Shnechem Chem Bizman Shal Din, both of them take place in the time of danger. V'lechein kriya shema the karbanos ma'ula the kriya shema shalamid shalamita. And that's the shir today. This is Baruch Fleischman.